Okay, so yeah, literally. Okay, first of all, I didn't see the entire message. I only saw part of it, and it said something about maybe being like let go from my current position in my IRL job, but I didn't read like the entire email yet, so I'm not entirely sure like what the stipulations or conditions are regarding it. So literally just now I sent in my own like voluntary termination letter where I'm like, oh, I had a draft of this ready to go, which is true. At work, I did have a draft of my own like voluntary termination ready to go. I'm just not at work currently. So I sent like another letter just now saying that I choose to like voluntarily terminate my position and my contract and like various circumstances and like family context has occurred. And I appreciate everybody's understanding on the matter. And also to please let me know if like there's any process I would need to take in order for everything to go smoothly. And so yeah, I'm just gonna see if they respond to this email. I'm not gonna check the other email because I saw a sneak peek of the other email. I'm not gonna respond to that one. Instead, I'm kind of just seeing if they'll respond to my email instead, and if we can go from there. The whole reason I'm doing this is because I'd rather this happen, say like, oh, I just left my job, which is true. I basically was thinking about leaving my current role for a very long time, and I was pretty much ready to go at any point. So I guess today is the day, April 2nd, where I'm like, oh, actually, I kind of want to leave this job currently. And so in the future, if any employer asks if I've been like terminated at a previous job, I feel like I'm still okay to just say, no, I mean, I've pretty much left voluntarily all of my jobs so far. And yeah, I think this is probably a viable thing to do, or a viable path. Not that I think it even matters that much, but yeah, it's been something on my mind, and I've almost been expecting this for a while. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. I'm curious to see how they will respond, if they will respond to my email, and I'll keep y'all updated. Y'all as in nobody. I'll keep nobody updated on this matter. But yeah, that was just kind of a random thing. Anyway, Elizabeth, you said you had a condition where your heart rate would shoot up when standing for too long. It's also kind of weird how reading, like this game feels like it's there's like a lot of like legalese, not legalese, but there's a lot of like it's dealing with legal matters in a technical way, sort of. And then like randomly while reading this, in the middle of reading this, I got a call from my employer regarding a potential laying off situation. But anyway. Yeah. And yet, I saw no note of this in your medical records. In fact, your files indicate that you are in perfect health. I believe that. Your condition would surely be enough to get you out of compulsory enlistment. Tell me, did you purposefully hide this information during your health examinations? No. Expand on that. Do I have to? It would probably be in your best interest. I've told the medical staff I was diagnosed before I entered the army, so when I was taken for the draft, I gave them the doctor's note confirming that I was unfit for service. And? It was ignored. That's illegal, but I can't say I'm surprised. Then did no one notice your health checkups? They did. I fainted in at least one of them. But nothing was done? No. No accommodations? Nothing was done. I see. That's all I had to ask. Oh. I want to go next. Officer Jetty, please go ahead. Hey. Hi. So, like, why did you do it? Judy, what a loaded question. Be gentler with the lovely maiden. Oh, I accidentally skipped something. It is not simple at all. There must be a myriad of reasons. I was cold. Expand on that. Expand how? It was cold outside. I was cold, so I shot her. How cold? I feel like you're just trying to drag this out because you don't like my answer. Of course I don't like your answer. It's not an answer at all. So I feel pretty confidently that what was her name? Elizabeth is probably covering for somebody else, is my guess, but it could be another thing as well. It is. You ask, why did you kill her? I said, I was cold. That is my answer. I killed her because it was cold outside and I was cold. Or maybe Elizabeth is like going a step further where she's pretending that she's like covering for somebody, but then answering in like a very elusive and like abstract way to things, where it makes it seem like she's trying to be very self-sacrificial, and then she's trying to like get the other like staff or court members in this scenario to sort of like come up with an answer on their own regarding as to how Elizabeth may have like covered somebody else, or is like trying to like shield somebody else in their incrimination, and then then they will like pardon her. If that's the case, that would be very interesting in my opinion. That is an entirely different question from your original one. Give someone else a turn. Fine. Beauregard? Yes. Hold on. What have I done for you to despise me so much, General? That's not it. I'll give you your turn. It's just that this isn't really going as planned. I did want to speed up the process a little, but... Private Elizabeth? Are you trying to speed up your trial? Are you wasting your question on that? It doesn't count. Just answer me. What makes you believe that I am? I predicted that we'd spend maybe half an hour each on each question, but now we only have 3 questions left before our first voting round, and it's only been about 10 minutes. It would be in your best interest to talk more, but you've barely made any attempt at defending yourself. I'm bored. Let's move on to the next question. Fine, have it your way. It's not as if it's my life on the line, Officer Beauregard. Go ahead. It is a pleasure to be able to converse with you so intimately, my dear. Okay. You hold such a mysterious charm, I cannot help but be drawn to your presence. Okay. So ever since I have read your name, I have had this question burning inside my head. Really, it was the only thing my mind would show. Every morning, waking up, I was left pondering this. Oh my god, get on with it, Beau. Princess, your wish is my command. I didn't even see the question. Anyway, what? That is not relevant. Oh, but it is, dearest General. A person's military name can reveal so much about their person. My own name, for example, I chose it as was the name of my mother. You're not the one being interviewed. Apologies, dearest General. So, my lovely Elizabeth. When picking my military name, I originally wrote down my birth name. Oh, is that so? Yeah, but it turns out that's not allowed, so they sent me back the form telling me to pick a different name. And you picked Elizabeth? I didn't. I wrote my birth name again. What a rebel! No, I apologize. Rebel is so pejorative. What a revolutionary. You knew what you wanted and were ready to fight the system for it. Admirable. So admirable. I guess, but they just sent it back again. Oh. At that point, I had more than enough, so I just scribbled all over the name box. I guess they had enough of my stuff because I never got the form back. Instead, when I got my military ID, my name was written down as Elizabeth. My, what a story. And how was the story relevant to the case, Officer Beauregard? It was. It gives me more insight into my own question. I think I'm starting to get a clearer picture now. You are? Well, if you say it is, I guess the lawyer is the person whose opinion is the most relevant here. In any case, this is still going a lot faster than I'd like, but whatever. Princess, would you like to go next? Yeah, sure, whatevs. Hey, Ame. Guilty. Execution to be held today. Don't be so jelly, General. I don't get mad when Beauregard calls you dearest General. Jealous? Of course not. Princess, I simply... Pardon me for interrupting. It's fine. General, you're so cute. Can you guys stop flirting and start interviewing me? My heart, Dr. Baldwin. I think I'm having a heart attack. I require immediate medical assistance. You're still speaking clearly, so I believe you'll be fine. Illy, so, like, how are you? I'm very sorry, Princess, but is this the time to be exchanging pleasantries? What? I apologize for my rudeness. No, silly, it's fine, but I'm not doing small talk. That is my question. How are you, Illy? How do you feel? Princess, I do not wish to insult you in any manner, but this question may be a bit... I believe it is perhaps little waste... Oh, nothing, proceed. So, I'm fine. Just fine? Just fine. I totes get that. That was all. Princess, doctor, is my hair falling out? All your hair seems to be still on your head. Princess, if you wish, you can ask another question. Nope, I'm good. Too fast. All of it was way too fast. Fama, aren't you going to ask a question too? Right. I'm part of this jury too. Yes, a question. My very own question. Listen up, Private. Private Elizabeth. Oh, I skipped something. I guess my question is a bit poor too, but I really believed everyone else would ask better questions. It's fine, go ahead. I was not asking for your approval. Whatever. Private Elizabeth, after shooting the victim, you tried shooting at her again, which already is unbelievable to me. But to make matters worse, you reloaded with the goal of shooting her again. It was not an impulsive second shot. You had more than enough time to reconsider, especially since the victim was already lying dead. I find it hard to believe that she could have seemed threatening in that she didn't. You are terrible at defending yourself, but whatever. So this is my question. If she didn't seem threatening, then why the heck would you shoot her twice? So that there be no place for any ambiguity. I think I've heard all I needed to. Really? Aren't you the one who was complaining about how short these interviews were? Sure, but I think I understand now. You do? I think no one here wants to waste their time on you. Everyone, please state your verdict. I believe Private Elizabeth is guilty of first-degree murder. As much as it pains me to say so, I must label the private guilty. Not guilty. What? Not guilty. Not guilty. What? Why is Beauregard the only one on my side? Have you all lost it? If I may explain myself, I believe Elizabeth was never supposed to be in the army. Therefore, nothing she has done while in the army should be held against her. Yeah, that's basically what I was thinking. More precisely, I understand. What do you understand, Officer Judy? I understand Elizabeth. So you believe it's acceptable to kill a child because you were feeling cold? No, I don't think it's acceptable, but... Oh. I understand why she did it. A couple years ago, I got stuck under some rubble when my house caught on fire. It was really cold outside, and I think my mom or aunt or someone else... Oh, for the blood? Like the warmth of somebody else's blood or body or something maybe? whoever it was didn't do a very good job at it, and everybody else in the house burned up. My own arm was completely crushed, and the hand I had left suffered 4th-degree burns. The tissue damage was irreversible. I was 17, turning 18 when it happened. While I was recovering in the hospital, I was sent a form to fill in my mandatory enlistment. I don't think I really understand what was going on. I hadn't even started physical therapy yet, so I could only hold the pen I was given with my mouth. Elizabeth, you asked me why my name is a date. I accidentally wrote the date in place of my name. Like I said, I barely understood what was going on. Anyway, all this is to say, my own recruitment had led me to believe that the only way to exempt from service is by being dead. Even then, if they could still savage your brain, I'm sure they'd strap it to a drone and have you control it with your brainwaves. Why did you stay in the army then? Why not leave and rest now? I can't leave. I'm still in my draft period, my 9th year to be exact, so I'll be gone soon. I thought you were older. You're still a conscript? Of course, I can never stay here voluntarily. All this to say, I understand why you did it, Elizabeth. I really do. That's a really gross thing to say to someone who killed a kid. Princess, why did you vote not guilty? Oh, because I got it. Excuse my rudeness, but what did you get? Illy, my bad if you're like insecure about it, but... What? For someone under investigation, you don't fidget with your hands much. Weird remark, but okay. Weren't you feeling nervous? No. No? Not even a little bit? You're facing like a death sentence, you know? Isn't that kind of scary? I'm not scared. Whatever sentence I get is what I get, and I don't have any say in it anymore. Sure, you say that, but your legs were shaking like crazy. I'm cold. First my hands, now my legs. Were you just staring at my whole body though? Or my body the whole time? Pervert. Let's just begin the second interview round. Officer Baldwin? I don't have any more questions. Me neither. I have one, but I'll go last, okay? Whatever you wish for, princess. Beauregard, do you have a question? Why, I have a million. Then please go first. You do not have to ask twice, dearest General. Dearest Elizabeth, I have been wondering for hours now. Get on with it. Do you have any family? Again, with the irrelevant questions, I'm not answering that. I'm afraid you're obligated to. I have a better question. Instead of asking me about my life, ask me about my act. Ask me if the kid pointed a gun at me or something. I have asked what I wanted to ask. Now answer me truthfully. I had a mother and older sister. Had? They died, but I don't care. I wasn't even that close to them. It happened forever ago. I didn't kill anyone because I was mourning, if that's the conclusion you're trying to reach. Forever ago? But even forever ago can feel so fresh when it comes to loss. It didn't. I'm over it. And when was this forever ago, dear? It doesn't matter. All that relates to you matters. Why are you suddenly being a smartass? My intelligence has nothing to do with my question. About 3 years ago. And the death of the poor girl? About 3 years ago. Well, it seems like it would have been quite fresh at the time. How many months were there in between these two incidents? 1/4. 1/4? A week? I had gotten over it. I didn't care. It had nothing to do with it. Tell me, dear, all this time I've been speaking like both your mother and sister died at the same time. They did, yeah. By the same cause? Yeah, whatever, yeah. That being? Don't overstep. Alas, I fear that this information is quite relevant. You're incredibly annoying. They died in the bridge Eva 8 collapse. The bridge Eva 8 that collapsed because some dumbass in a tank shot it to impress their dumbass friends, and I didn't care. And I don't know who did it, and I don't think about them at all, and I don't feel any kind of resentment towards them, and I don't care what that they were found not guilty, because I don't think about the bridge Eva 8 that collapsed because some dumbass in a tank had it to impress their dumbass friends, and I didn't care. You said you don't know them, yet you knew that they were found not guilty? Stop looking too much into it. All that matters is that I didn't care, and I think I've said more than enough. Almost enough, for I have just one last tiny little question. Your mother and your sister, what were their names? I don't remember. Very well, I'm done here. General, I have a special request. I don't remember telling you I was accepting any special requests, but go on. When I put in the electric chair, could I hold Beauregard's hand? If such an act would appease your pain, dear, then I would gladly... Hold on now. Approved. Get up, Beauregard. It's my turn. I don't feel like this is going anywhere. Me neither. I thought I understood what was going on, but every answer you give just confuses me more. I'm glad. I honestly don't have anything to ask. I've tried to come up with a good question, but no matter how I look at it, you are guilty. Then there's no need for any of this. Why are you in such a rush? Is that your question? Just answer me. I've been stuck in trial for 3 years now. I've had enough. So you just want to get out of here? Sure, yeah, exactly. I just want to get out of here. How could the life you took weigh so little on your mind? That definitely counts as a whole other question. Forget the question system for a second. Just answer me. It's really cool how you just ignore the rules you set when they inconvenience you. It weighs on my mind. I also really don't care. That's a contradiction. Do you care or not? Is it affecting you or not? Whether it affects me or not, I shot at her twice, and I did it on purpose. Your condition. Have you been standing for a while before you shot at her when you did it? It doesn't matter. Princess. Already? Ah, Jenny, aren't you the one complaining about how fast things were going? Please. So, Illy, can you just quickly run down the stuff that led up to, you know, why? Please, just for me. In April, 3 years ago, What the flip? Oh, whoopsie, so sorry. Why would you do that? Do what? What did I do? You just slammed my hand against the table. I did? Me? Yes, what is wrong with you? Which hand? What? Which hand did I hit? Why would that matter? If you're going to accuse me of such a terrible thing, you can at least tell me precisely what I did, no? Or should I have you imprisoned for defamation against your very own princess? You hit... What's wrong? Seriously, just tell me which hand hurts right now, left or right. What, do you not feel pain or something? I do. So you should be able to feel your hand hurting, no? No? Shut up, dude. Oh, I get it. Elizabeth, were you wearing gloves when you shot that child? Officer Baldwin, it is the princess's drop it, General. I was wearing gloves. Because it was cold out, right? Stop asking me stupid questions. Do you always wear them when it's cold outside? Stop asking me stupid questions, of course I do. What the flip does that have to do with anything? Your medical records did in fact include that you have suffered from minor frostbite about a month before your incident. It's so common that I didn't even pay attention to it, but with all you've told me about the army dismissing your health, I'm starting to doubt the minor part. What the flip are you babbling on about? You keep asking me irrelevant questions, coming to irrelevant conclusions, and acting like it's some kind of big revelation. I killed and shot a kid. I killed and shot a kid, and all you dumbasses can talk about is frostbite or whatever, because you're grasping at straws, because you want to protect your reputation. To Private, what the heck are you talking about? Because Private Elizabeth got frostbite a few... Oh, hold on one sec. Okay, now I'm back. Because Private Elizabeth got frostbite a few weeks before she committed murder. So you know what? Go ahead and kill anyone you want. That makes sense. That makes perfect sense. No, seriously, that's the most logical thing I've ever heard in my entire life. It's so logical, it's almost as logical as having all the judges for my trial not come from various civilian backgrounds, but from the army instead. And not just some random army people, but high-ranking officers and of course part of the royal family, just to ensure that no one steps out of line. Why didn't I think of anything so reasonable, or something so reasonable? To have the people who have the biggest stakes in my trial determine its outcome, it makes so much sense, and to ignore the law and judge me based on your feelings, that's even more logical. I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed to be with the greatest minds of my generation, no, maybe even the greatest minds of history. I hope we all go down in the books as brave and noble people who did justice a service by letting the private who shot and killed an 8-year-old child off without any consequences. Ooh. It was major. I had major frostbites, and I lost all feeling in my fingers. And I got it because your incompetent management couldn't get us gear that actually fit the weather. And I got it because my fingers were already cold. Because I've been sick all my life. Go on, write that down. Write that on your long list of reasons why I'm the real victim. Do whatever you... Does anyone wish to do the third round of interviews? I'm good. I don't have any more questions. I'll pass. I'm done. I'm good. I don't have anything to ask either. Oof. Private Elizabeth killed on April something something, 8-year-old something something. She shot twice. She says it was on purpose. She says she did it because she was cold. She says her mother and sister died a week before the incident. She says she suffered from major frostbite before the incident, which left her without feeling in both hands. She says the military dismissed her condition, one that causes her heart rate to shoot up when standing for long periods of time. She says her name is the result of scribbling on the name box of her enlistment form. She says she wanted to go by her birth name. She says she feels fine. Place your verdict. Not guilty. Not guilty. Not guilty. Guilty. Not guilty. 1 to 4 guilty. The verdict is then not guilty. Private Elizabeth, you'll be committed to the Eva 3rd Psychiatric Hospital for 3 months, after which you'll be reinstated in the army. Your time in the hospital will not count towards your draft period, and you will be required to make up for the lost time later. congratulations on your freedom. Wow, okay. I like this one. This one's also set in April, which is really interesting. I feel like a lot of the games I play recently have been set in April. So yeah, do I have any closing thoughts on? Okay, let me pee real quick because I have some things to say regarding this game and also the random like quote unquote termination letter I received from my IRL job in the middle of reading this. So be right back. Okay, so basically, this game was. I need to like sit down and think about the ending a little bit more. My guess as to like what like the scenario here is that basically in this place they need everybody they can get in terms of like enlistment in the army, and so they can't really like afford to incriminate people in the army even if they've like caused harm or damage to something, um like as indicated by that anecdote earlier about somebody in a tank just wanting to show off and then they accidentally like they accidentally shot a bridge or something that ended up causing a lot of casualties and then they still ended up being not guilty. I feel like it probably does have something to do with like the um there's probably like a lot of law in place, like martial law or some sort of like military law system in place where if a person was found guilty, so to speak, um of like endangerment while in the army of others or of like causing harm to the environment, if they were found guilty, it would somehow affect like the whole process of enlistment and retaining officers and people because then everybody would probably just do like a bunch of or a lot more people might just do like little acts here and there that would just um um that would cause or that they would try to do acts that would instead aim for a guilty verdict and then via the guilty verdict it's either probably like imprisonment, psych ward, or just um like a beheading or a termination or electric chair. But they can't have that happen because it's almost like then like almost I think the military is trying to avoid a situation where like too many people start doing that and then it would like cause an overall it would cause like a lot of ripple effects. For one, I think overall morale would sort of go down, and for two, it would just I think it would just cause a lot of internal process like problems for the system at play here. And so for whatever reason they just need to basically assign not guilty verdicts to any soldier that does something very incriminating and damaging. Um, so yeah, I'm not sure if that's like entirely. I think I'm not sure if that's entirely accurate to most of like military laws set in place currently. But it feels like there is something like this that plays out sometimes during like war periods. Um, and also I feel like it's like it's not a this or that thing that this story is trying to emphasize. I feel like that this story is trying to emphasize the this and thing, this and that, where the main character Elizabeth is probably, it's very feasible that they probably were just like extremely traumatized via everything that happened, and then maybe either one day by on accident or intentional, I don't know, they decided to like shoot the child or whatever. Um, and then in that, they're also hoping to just like get out of this system at play. Trying to either reach like the electric chair or the psych ward option or some other option, anything that's just like a little bit different, because I mean they were stuck in this process for like 3 years, I guess, so it kind of takes its toll as well. So I think part of them are just like they've had it, they've pretty much had it with everything. Um, they're like kind of simultaneously crashing out, but also it's like in a very nonchalant and like detached way as well. Um, so it's very overall a very difficult situation. But yeah, that was pretty good. I feel like both of these characters kind of had their like crash out moments. Like this character from 31st March, and then this character Elizabeth. Um, yeah, I feel like they both had their like crash out moment. So actually, I played two more games before this one technically. So I'm going to include those here in a sec. Okay, but another thing I want to go over right now or currently. Okay, I literally, in the middle of reading this, I got like an email slash voice message on my phone regarding like possible like being like my last day on my assignment or whatever. So I'm trying to reach a formal scenario or thing where I feel like either both parties can agree that this is just my last day and I'm not like technically being like let go or fired or terminated or whatever. Instead, if it can be like we both agree that this is my last day and that I'm just almost like willingly agreeing that, and like I'm leaving almost voluntarily, I would prefer that instead. And again, that's mainly so that in future scenarios, if any employer is asking like, oh, have you ever been let go of a job, I can still feel like in my conscience I can still relatively be okay with saying like, no, actually pretty much all of my jobs I voluntarily decided to leave due to like random circumstances or whatever, which is which is true. Because there is stuff happening now where I feel like, it was kind of it was bound to happen sooner or later, and in a way I almost feel like I submitted my my voluntary termination letter like a long time ago. I just didn't hit the send button officially. So now I wrote them a letter or email saying like, oh, I choose to voluntarily terminate myself or whatever. And if there's anything that I need to do, let me know. And I saw that I got a response. So I'm going to quickly read the response and then come back and talk about it and see what to do from there. Hold on. Okay, let me read my email. Oh, also, I wanted to say that the character designs in this game are very good. I like what they did with the eyes on Ameo, I think, the princess character. How there's like that outline on her eyes. That's really pretty. Dot plus B. Okay, I'm gonna read their response to my voluntary termination. Uh, so they said, "Thank you for your email. As mentioned in my previous email about your assignment ending today, regarding collection of your personal belongings, we will update you with further instructions once KWE has it ready, or once." Okay, I need to cut that part out. Um, okay, cut that part out. I'm gonna read it again. Hi, thank you for your email. As mentioned in my previous email about your assignment ending today, regarding collection of your personal belongings, we will update you with further instructions once insert company has it ready. Regards. Um. Okay, I'll read the original one. Okay, so it seems like they're gonna have my stuff ready at the front desk. Um, so they're probably not gonna let me into the office because I have my. I was going to. I was kind of hoping that I can go into the office, and then just send out my voluntary resignation letter from there. But I guess that's also okay. Um, okay, that's fine. Um, okay, I don't think it matters that much. Because they're also keeping it kind of vague too. So if anything, I could probably just say like technically this is kind of just like a contract ending. Um, I feel like that's probably the most accurate. That this is more of just like a contract ending because they weren't like overly specific about any reason why they decided to end the position. And so I also remember reading earlier in one of like the employee guidebooks that it was like, oh yeah, this company may choose to just end the contract at any point, almost immediately. And I'm like, yeah, I agree with that. And I almost feel like I also play like a part in that, where I'm like, mm, I think it's both. It's very it's almost better that it's ambiguous. and the language they're choosing to word this in also feels somewhat ambiguous. So I don't feel like it can be interpreted as clearly or as distinctly as being like fired or let go or laid off. Um, I think it's the most accurate thing to say would just be like the contract ended, and I also was like looking to leave very soon as well, or this coincided with me leaving or deciding to leave soon as well. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go with that in the future if like any employers decide to ask or whatever. Not that I think it matters that much. It's just me overthinking things a little bit, but it's partially for my own like internal system as well, or my like conscience in a way. Um, yeah, very interesting. So it looks like I got out of my deal in a way pretty smoothly and easily, whereas Elizabeth, um, they might be a little bit stuck in their situation for a while longer. I'm not sure how much longer. I almost kind of want this to be a more fully fleshed out thing. Like I could see myself reading like an entire version of this game, um, if they decide to make it longer, because I feel like there's a lot of interesting elements and ideas that they're building up here, and so yeah, it looks like they are stuck in their contract for murdering an 8-year-old child potentially, and I am out of my contract for essentially, um, like doing nothing, sort of. So anyway, I think that'll be it for now. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna think if I want to respond to this current email in a particular way, and I will keep everybody or nobody, whoever, updated on the situation. Yeah.